Hey y'all, it is your girl Jasmine, and we are here to go over our first week with the 75 days of faith focused consistency. I have my planner here, I have my workbook here, and we are just going to go ahead and dive into this review, okay? If it's your first time, hey, comment and let me know if it's your first time. Introduce yourself and all that good stuff. It is not your first time. Hey girl, hey, thank you for coming back. Thank you for coming back. All right. So we have finished week 1. The first thing that I have realized is I was starting on Monday and I was going to run it from Monday to Sunday, but it really runs from Saturday to Friday because the first was on a Saturday. That's neither here nor there. But I'm not gonna go over every single thing. We're gonna hit our oh, come on now. We're gonna hit our what we completed, modified, or didn't do it all. Okay. And I could tell y'all now one thing that I was very consistent with was my time with God. Those 15 minutes, he got those and then some every single day. And Thursday was modified. I put that it was modified, so I need to start writing down why it was modified. Other than that, we completed every single day, every day. Movement, we did movement on Thursday. We did have something at church on Thursday. We did movement on Thursday. We had a back to school bash, and Thursday I worked 2 hours stuffing book bags. I did not sit down for 2 whole hours, so I counted that as movement. I guess I could say it was modified. But it was more than 30 though. It was definitely more than 30. And then self-care. So I didn't do any self-care on that Saturday or Sunday because I was not counting those days as a part of the challenge. But I missed 2 days. I missed Wednesday, and then Friday, I did no self-care Friday because we were prepping for a back to school bash yet again. So I missed 2 days, but I was active. Well, with self-care, it that's the whole purpose of me having self-care. So I could take that time to wind down and be to myself. Now, when it comes to my one task, I completed it, but the purpose of the one task is one task only. And I found myself still trying to do multiple things at one time. Now, granted, while I was working on editing the YouTube video, it kept the CapCut kept glitching and giving me a hard time. So while that was buffering or doing whatever, I would work on something else. But I was designing and then jumping into the sticker book. I was doing too much. So I completed the one task, but I definitely need to work on making sure I stick to one task and stick to the time frame that I give myself to complete it. Okay. Because I overachieved in that category, and that is not a good thing in this situation. Okay. Now, I didn't count out the tasks for each day the night before, so we're going to definitely make sure we work on that starting this upcoming week. To jump to our 5 weekly commitments, we did have a planning session. We had a planning session on Sunday, which that Saturday and Sunday before the week started, but it wasn't planned for that to happen. It just kind of happened because I had to get the things down, or maybe I did it on Monday. We did do a YouTube video. The YouTube video did not get uploaded. Oh yeah, we did a YouTube video last Sunday as well. And y'all, guess what? We done already did our YouTube video for this week too. Last week we did 2 YouTube videos. Look at us, look at us. I did not post to IG twice. I didn't do it. I did a lot of stories on my personal IG, but I only did 1 IG post. Okay. And then the deep study, I did the deep study. I did that deep study, and I didn't have to modify that. We worked for 60 minutes in that book, and I am it's just the intro. Okay, and I'm already learning a lot. And then our weekly check-in, there was none to do last week because we had just started. So yeah, that officially starts this week, and we're doing it now. No, excuse me. This would count as the weekly check-in for week one, wouldn't it? But we ain't doing it next week. We're doing it this week. It's gonna all work out as we get further down the line, okay? As we get further down to those days, the weekly check-ins will count. All right. So we are still in phase one. This is the reset. This is where the most grace is given, at least this first week. I've figured out things that I need to work on and things that I need to fix for next week. All right. And speaking of that, we're going to go on into the official weekly check-in. So, and I wrote it all in my little planner. So, for the weekly check in, week one of the 75 days, when it comes to my faith, the question is, how consistent was my time with God? And what could He teach me? What did He teach me this week? So, for faith, I have to say that I did a really good job with my time with Him. This week, I learned that if I make the time to spend with him, he's going to give me that time back. Like, I was able to accomplish so much just by carving out those 15 minutes to have with him. He has literally increased my time that I have been able to work. It has been amazing already. Okay. And then the deep study. One thing, and this is actually one thing that I learned from the deep study. First of all, we did not finish chapter one. Chapter one is like 30 some pages. Okay. We have not finished chapter one. This is your girl taking her first time doing anything pertaining to theology. We're doing systematic theology, and we ain't finished. Okay. This week was about what is systematic theology, and I learned what that was. And systematic theology will answer the question, what does the whole Bible teach us today? How do we apply it to today? Next is health and self-care. Child, health. I'm glad I wrote it down. I was mindful of the things I ate. I will give that. I was mindful of not only what I ate and the times that I was eating. I don't try not to eat past 9 o'clock. Other than that, we ain't do nothing. Now I have set a punishment for myself if next week, if this upcoming week is like how last week was, and if I am not making sure that I have movement for 30 days, I will be taking sugar out of everything. All right. Now that I jumped ahead, we're going to talk about that later. And for business and content, now I only posted on my personal page. So that goes under content. I only posted on my personal page once, like I had said. But other than that, I had a lot of stories. Looking at my analytics, I'm doing all right. It's not too bad. And also, I did not finish the sticker book, but I have gotten very far with getting the samples for the journal cover and the Bible cover. Very happy with that. We were spearheading along, and there was some severe weather issues where my manufacturer is at. So we're back on track with it now. So I'm very happy for that. Sticker book is not done, but we did get a lot of movement on the Bible covers. All right. And the honesty check. If I had one area where I did not perform my best, it's going to for sure be with my health. And when I'm being realistic, I can come up with every excuse as to why some days I did not work out. But that's not it for every single day. Some days I didn't work out because I just didn't work out. I was tired. But we have a floor for a reason. I could have stretched for 10 minutes. I could have did something as simple as walked around the house intentionally. So we have resistance bands. I could have did some of that. Definitely the stretching. The stretching for 10 minutes is something I could do sitting down. I learned through therapy different stretches I could do. So that was just strictly laziness. And if the upcoming week reflects the same pattern as this past week, we will be taking sugar out. And I did another thing. Um, if I don't put in a true effort, we will remove sugar from our diet, and we will be much stricter on our times that we eat. There will be no coffee before 10 o'clock. All right. I have to be honest with myself and then implement something that, being that I didn't do this, now I need to do this. So we're going to put forth a much bigger effort this week. We are already going to say we on a good path. Okay. Now, one win. The win this week is I started. Last week, this time, I did not feel ready. I didn't feel ready, and I was saying this is why I don't do these type of things, because I'm never prepared. But I started anyway. I didn't put it off. I started. Okay? And then one lesson that I learned is working out is at the bottom of my list. That's not at the top of my to-do list. That is not something that's a top of a concern for me, because if it was, I would have made the time for it. I could have did my 15 minutes with God, and then I could have did a couple of exercises here at the house. We have free weights, we have dumbbells, we have stuff that I can exercise with, and I still chose not to. It was a choice. I chose not to work out. And it's at the bottom of my list. So I must do better. Then also, I must write out my week and look at it every day. Because of this challenge, I've been in my planner every morning and every evening. I just take a look at it, see what I planned on doing, what got accomplished, what needs to be rearranged, and it has been so helpful. So that is something that I need to do. Okay. Now, next week's focus. This upcoming week, we're going to make sure we get that sticker book done, and we are going to go ahead and order our samples. We are, like I said, we're already in the process of doing that, but we're going to get our sticker book finished into the manufacturer, and then we're going to work out. We're going to actually go to the gym one day this week. All right. And that is it. That is it, y'all. Week 1, even though we found an area where we were not as successful with, but we finished week 1. We are down 7 days already, and I cannot feel more accomplished just because I started. All right. Now we'll see what happens in the next 14 days. All right. So until next time, bye.